Hey folks, Dre here, Recovery One Drones. Today I have the opportunity of going out to the local California Drone Expo at Fullerton College in Fullerton, California. And I went out there to get a chance to talk to several vendors and manufacturers who would be out at the expo. The classrooms itself this was a public safety event, so most of the classroom sessions were basically given by law enforcement officials concerning the use of drones in their regular activities. So I didn't want to record any of that and expose any officers to any unnecessary exposure or risk in their future endeavors. But I did get a chance to talk to several of the individuals who are out there doing displays. So I'm not going to sit there and narrate this pretty much, but I'm going to let you guys hear it for yourself. The interviews, the information that's given out, some demonstrations will be going on here. And I'll give you my thoughts at the end of this.
Do numbers like I work in finance. God bless, no, this not by chance. Don't dab me, you're not my man. Don't at me, you're not my man. Mama said don't buy it if you cannot buy it twice. I cop by the tools and I don't pump fake with the price. Always on the grind, I put in work with all my might. I know that he got me.
Show him to me. Because my question is, on the consumer level, when is Scotty going to get back into the consumer product?
So we still are selling our consumer drones.
Right.
We've just. Hi, Becca. Sounds good. We still are selling our consumer drones.
Let me give you this. That way, get a clear voice.
But we have pulled our consumer efforts back a little bit and focus more on enterprise.
Okay.
So most of our focal points right now are on the enterprise side of things, getting more enterprise customers using Skydio, and then eventually it's over my head, but I think we come back to the consumer market.
Yeah. That's a growing fear with all the ongoing legislation that's coming around at the local level and even at the federal level, that the hobbyists are getting squeezed out. You know, not too many hobbyists are going to buy this beast.
No.
They're still looking at that, and they're looking at the next iteration of this Skydio Plus.
Yep.
Skydio 2
I think
Plus.
We're a lean company right now. We're not DGI. You know, we don't have thousands and thousands of employees. I think we're right around 500, 600. So we're going to focus on what we do best right now. And I think we're going to come back to the consumer in the future, but I don't know when, and I don't know if actually either. But that's my take. So would you want to see 3D scan?
Are you going to do one later in the day?
I'm going to do one later, but I could do one for you. We could go over there. I've been doing sort of little mini demos for.
Sure.
If you want to.
Sure, I got no problem. That's why I came out here today. Man, just like I say, most folks have not seen this thing in action. All we do is, see the advertisements on it. So
right, the marketing team does a great job.
Yeah. Now that controller, does it have? Are you able to get built-in Wi-Fi with the controller and everything?
You can. You can do hotspots, Wi-Fi.
Right.
Cradle points. It has all that in there.
Right.
So this is just the startup sequence. Disconnected, you can still see the lights are flashing around, so it's still sort of booting up there.
Yeah, getting GPS signals and stuff.
Yep, it's doing its thing.
All right.
Have you flown a Skydio before?
No, never flown a Skydio before. All I have is DJIs.
Okay. I guess what's most important to you? What would you like to see?
Reliability, dude. I mean, as far as the drone itself, reliability is always the name of the game. For what I do, that's paramount. You know, I gotta have a drone that's gonna do the job, get it done, and go from there.
Sure.
And I say, with the growing trend of all the legislation that's coming about, many people, hobbyists and commercial pilots like myself, are looking for American companies that can support what we want.
Right.
And not charge us twice for less technology. And that's the problem we're seeing now.
Yeah.
Is that, like I said, my biggest purchase is an M30T. And, I paid 15 grand for that puppy. Yeah, big purchase. But any other American brand of the same capabilities would cost me almost 20.
Right.
You know, so that hurts us as you know, those who live here in the United States of where our options are.
Yeah.
You know, because it's limited. I said, do I want to pay 25, 30 grand for a drone that matches maybe up with a M3E, you know, from DJI? So we're looking for alternatives. We want to be supportive of our American companies like everybody else does, but we need to have good alternatives.
Right.
So that's the key thing.
Right. Okay. So this is how you start it up. I put it into 3D scan mode. We're going to do a facade scan of this.
All right.
To pretend it's a bridge or whatever it is that you
Right.
would usually focus on with the city.
So that's you have a built-in program.
Yep.
Okay.
That's our own Scotty software.
Your own
It's
Scotty
Scotty
software.
3D scan, remote ID system check.
Okay.
We're good to go.
All right.
Now it's going to go ahead and take off. So that's just going to hover right there.
Right.
And then we're going to go ahead and set up our scan here.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and, these are the different options. There's 3D capture, there's 2D capture, 3D tower capture, map capture, indoor capture. Indoor's obvious. Indoor photogrammetry for all things inside buildings. Map capture, this is more so for 2D scanning.
Right.
3D tower capture, also pretty self-explanatory. It's meant just for sort of vertical structures.
Yeah.
2D capture,
Also
again,
familiar.
just lawnmower pattern over the top, nothing crazy there. What we're going to do today is 3D capture. This is what makes 3D scan, I think, different than maybe what you're mainly used to.
Right.
And we're going to go ahead and click begin. We're going to call this one Fullerton.
Okay.
Fullerton.
Now, how flexible is your system? Because I know Drone Deploy, which is what I use, is
Yep.
compatible with most of
Yep.
the Scotty O2s. But what about this one?
It's compatible through the Drone Deploy app, which means it's just compatible with the Scotty O2,
Oh,
and
okay.
not this one.
Not this one.
Yeah.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Adam Vilmus. I'm the business development director and one of the co-founders of Inspired Flight. So, yeah.
All right, sir. So tell me about what we have here in front of us.
Yeah, so kind of looking just what we have in front of here. Right here is our flagship system, the IF-1200A. Both of these systems, and Inspired Flight is one of the Blue UAS manufacturers. So this is our heavier lift system, 20 pounds of payload under Part 107 rules, 30 pounds of payload capacity if you're going over those rules and have the waivers to do so. Right here, this is actually the newest product we're launching, called the IF-800 Tomcat, named for kind of after that 14, how the wings sweep back. This is kind of our system really targeted at the inspection industry and basic photogrammetry industry. Really what we create is workhorses of systems that have a bunch of different interoperable payloads. Kind of what we're looking at here is just a high-end 640 by 512 thermal camera with insane level of optical zoom and a laser rangefinder as well. So inspection and public safety, search and rescue are really the driving applications for these systems.
Okay. As far as your software, do you have your own in-house software that you run your mapping missions with, or anything else?
To some sense, yeah. So we're using, on the back end, we're using the open source software that's been approved by the government for Blue UAS. But on the front end, what the customer is experiencing, the end user, has been modified by us to provide the ultimate user experience.
Okay. Okay. Mapping is what I do myself, primarily on my own business. And I know a lot of folks like me, we're on the lower tier. So I'm using things like Drone Deploy, Pix 40, Capture, things along that lines, and so to speak. So
mapping's a huge bulk of our business. I mean, we provide pretty streamlined mapping workflows. I mean, we got our the geotagged imagery, right? That's coming right off your SD card. We have RTK and PPK options as well.
Okay.
So our goal is really just to provide kind of mapping workhorses, easy to use systems to that market. And then we remain agnostic on the image processing side. You can use Pix 4D, you can use Metashape, you can use Bentley, right? You can use whichever image processor you'd like.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you too.
How you guys doing? Since he's not eating, I'll let him do all the talking.
Oh boy, look
So
at
I'm being
that.
polite. Tell me about it, dude.
So Wingtra is a vertical takeoff and landing fixed wing drone meant for mapping and surveying needs. So the big difference between this and what you'll see here with other quadcopter style drones is, like we were just mentioning, this flies at about 36 miles an hour, right? So it can cover large areas. Our tagline is map faster, map larger, map anywhere. Giving you survey grade accuracy. You're getting actually down to sub-inch for any type of orthomosaic photos, things like that you're needing to create.
Okay, so it has built-in RTK?
It does PPK, so
PPK.
yeah,
So it's
everything
all
is
post-work.
post-process kinematic.
Okay.
It has an antenna that's built in to where as it's flying and taking the photos, it's geotagging each one of those photos.
Okay.
So then at the end of that flight, you'll just take that SD card. You can either use our website, it's called Wingtra Hub, to stitch those photos together, or there's a couple other post-processing platforms out there that it does just plug and play integrate with.
Okay.
But then you just take that data and be able to create whatever it is that you're trying to work on.
Yeah, my side business is mapping. That's what I
Okay.
do. Other than work for the city of San Bernardino, so that's why I'm interested in what you had here.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have projects that reach up to 400 plus acres of land.
So
Interesting.
with the camera that's
system.
in there, that's our 42 megapixel camera. That's been our flagship camera. That one you can do with one flight. You're getting close to about an hour flight time, and you're covering over 500 acres in one flight with the sub-inch accuracy. Our brand new drone that we just new camera or payload that we're offering is an RGB 61 megapixel. That one you're getting over 700 acres on one flight.
Okay.
So it can cover a lot of ground, and it can handle winds up to gust winds of 40 miles an hour. Sustained winds anything underneath 28 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour or less. So it's a workhorse. It's meant to get up and collect really good data and just handle things that most drones can't do.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why I was interested about the RTK. I see the system behind you there now.
So as the distributor with RDO equipment,
Okay.
thank you. Out of Riverside, California.
Oh, you're right next door.
And we're right next door to you.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but we're the dealer for TopCon. We're the largest dealer for TopCon in the U.S. as well as
Okay.
John Deere and Vermeer. But we try to cover all aspects of the construction and survey community. So we offer drones. We offer the GNSS equipment that works right alongside it as well.
Okay.
So actually, County of San Bernardino, you've been on my list to come call on and try to come talk to your surveyor there.
I'm just a city. County's quite bigger than me.
Okay. Well, either way, I'd be happy to come demo our equipment to you. We can demo the drone if you've got any job sites that you'd want to see it in action.
It'd be for me personally. The city, I'm still trying to sell them on a full-time drone program. How it would benefit the city overall with all the different. Well, you're in the area of Riverside. You know how much tilt-ups we're building out there. From Beaumont all the way back over towards Ontario, it's tilt-up city.
Yeah.
So they're always built, and I've done a lot of them out there. Like I said, I just did the Amazon facility out in Beaumont. Just finished that project up at the beginning of the year. I've done most of the facilities there in San Bernardino, and I did all the Home Depots there in Riverside area.
Okay.
From Moreno Valley over there all the way back to Ontario.
Great use case for the Wingtra. You're talking large areas of property out there.
Yeah, that's what I like though, because I tell these guys, some of them get into the, I would say, residential real estate market. I said, those are one-shot deals. I like selling communities. I'm gonna be out there every month doing my project monthly. Like I said, I'm doing right now, I'm doing the River Ranch in Rialto, California. That's about a 500 acre job out there. Replacing an old golf course. I'm doing one in Fontana off Lotto Creek, right off the 15 freeway. I'm doing that facility up in that area there. That's another 500 acre shot over there I've been doing.
Carissa would be the gal to work with. Like I said, we're the manufacturer, but she's our rep as the distributor.
Okay.
She's out here hands-on with everybody. So.
Yeah. So what would be the price range for this type of system?
So you're looking, if you go with the RGB 61, you're going to be right around 37,000.
Okay, so I gotta sell my current M30T and buy another one and sell that too.
It's a little bit more price point, higher price point, but if you're doing big projects,
Right.
It's worth it. So
it pays back.
a lot of our customers, they start out with the DJI.
Right.
And then when they start getting larger mapping jobs, they pick up a Wingtra, and then they utilize the Wingtra for their larger jobs, and they use their DJI
Right,
for their
yeah.
smaller jobs. And we see it all the time. It's just the natural growth progression of the.
That's why my next step is going with a full RTK setup, base station,
Yeah.
everything else. I mean, I see this being something in the Central Valley agriculture area where this is a must-have, something like that. You know, my thing in my bigger project, yeah, it's a benefit, but like I said, if I'm doing a smaller one, it's kind of like overkill in a way.
Absolutely.
We're a dealer for DJI as well.
Mhm.
We understand that our customers have a wide variety of needs and that
Okay.
the Wingtra is not always the best fit for them. There
Okay.
is an application that it is the best fit for, and it is
Right.
the best fixed wing, that's on the market. But for those smaller jobs, we're able to help you out too.
Okay, hi, my name is Jonas. I'm a former student of the Fullerton College drone program.
Okay. Tell us about the curriculum for the drone program at the college.
Well, it covers a variety of stuff. It's not just basically photography. It covers the rules and regulations of the FAA, so you'll know where to fly smart and to fly safely. It'll also help you become a Part 107 licensed pilot, which you kind of need that if you want to do any commercial work. Like if you're a photographer and you want to do wedding photography and stuff like that, you need to have your commercial license. If you're a roof inspector, you need to have your commercial license. If you're just doing stuff to put on YouTube, you need to have your commercial license. Because the FAA is cracking down on that. So this is a fully rounded program, and the cool thing about this is that it's hands-on. You learn how to fly the different machines that we have displayed here. And it's also we go out and we do little projects for the state, the local government, the local counties, the cities and stuff. So it's really a well-rounded thing, and we started introducing internships so that you could actually get a job. One of our vendors here is a former student of this program.
Okay.
So I highly recommend it. It's the only one in the Southern California area that I know of.
And you're able to earn a AA?
Pretty soon, we've got certificates lined up and also an AA degree to come soon.
Okay.
But it's just in the works.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
And I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate
All right.
you.
You have a good day.
Well, we're Flying Lions, so we're Jonas first responders. We started out in Chula Vista, and then I'm in the LA area manager. I'm also here with Daniel, if you want to come in. But we work at Santa Monica Police Department, Redondo Beach, and in Beverly Hills. So you can even see here, you can kind of hear it. When you call 911, the police officer makes a decision whether a drone would be the best option to decide, and usually it is. You can kind of get anywhere in the city within 20-30 seconds sometimes, response time.
I understand Chula
Yeah.
Vista is one of the leading departments in the nation as far as drone
They
deployment.
were the first one to get it started,
Right.
and so they have an amazing operation there, and we've kind of modeled all the other ones off of that one. So we operate 7 days a week in Beverly Hills for the Beverly Hills Police Department, and then I think we're up at 5 for Santa Monica Police Department, and we do Friday, Saturday, Sunday for Redondo Beach. So, and now we're working with Fullerton. So yeah.
Now, those departments don't have their own officers who fly, or you guys supplying equipment, or you're doing everything for them?
So the sworn-in police officers, so they're the ones that are pretty much responding to the calls.
Okay.
We're the remote pilot and command, so we're usually on a rooftop or somewhere high with really good line of sight.
Right.
So we deploy the drone, and then our pilots can take over control at any time just to maintain safety. We have eyes on the drone. And then the police officer, they're able to use their experience. You know, sometimes there's someone who's been a police officer 20, 30 years, and they're able to go in there and they have great visual of what's going on, get control of the scene. So it's been a really good combination.
Well, I see you have the M30T out here. And is that one of your normal drones to deploy? Or?
So we use the M300 typically.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that out here?
Yeah.
So which one is, I would say, more widely used?
We use the M300 for all of our rooftops.
Okay.
Right
Yeah. And is this the heir apparent or just when that's not practical? Because both of them are loud, so you're not going to hide.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Which one comes out the top.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I have this one myself,
Okay.
and you can hear it even at 400 feet, quarter mile away. You hear this thing chopping through the air. You know, like I said, I haven't heard a 300, but just listen to that free fly over there. I'm sure that's in the same neighborhood as well as far as sound carrying.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of times we're in major cities. We're in Beverly Hills. We're in Santa Monica. So really, when they're down, it's white noise up there. You can't really hear
we
it.
get a lot of ambient noise,
a lot
the
of
traffic
ambient
and
noise,
everything else going on. And
So
that's
it's
why
worked out well.
I know our department in San Bernardino, they are still using the Mavic series and stuff. And I know those things, you get them above 200 feet, you don't hear them.
No.
You don't hear them at all and stuff. And so they're quite useful in certain situations.
Yeah, it's
but
been a great tool.
The zoom on this thing, you don't even have to be there.
That's another thing.
Because I took it out and tested it with the PD, did some training with them, and we locked onto a plate about 800 yards out.
Yeah.
And was able to see in the front seat of a vehicle to see who was sitting in there.
Yeah.
And I could identify them, gender, with their clothing, everything and stuff, and they would never have known we were anywhere in the area.
Yeah, it's been a great tool, and so a lot of other police departments are seeing that, especially after Chula Vista, now we're Fullerton, so it's expanding.
Well, the biggest
really
thing
quickly.
is always cost.
Yeah.
It's always cost. These are not, off the shelf. We can go to Best Buy and go get one.
No, for good reason too. So, but it shows its value almost instantly once they start seeing it in action. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Now, my take, if you heard what I heard, this is what my take is that many of these individuals, even though they are in the commercial level of manufacturing, whatever else is, I asked a couple of them direct questions about consumer level, the hobbyists. And I pretty much got some blunt answers that most of the American manufacturers are not interested in developing regular consumer level drones. The enterprise level or commercial level is where they're at. That's where they're able to recruit their funding, their research, and their development. They said there's just not enough money in the consumer level to try to match what DJI has put out. So you not hearing it from me, and you're hearing it from these guys. So the question I have to ask everybody else, that everybody wants to point the finger at the FAA for trying to push hobbyists out, but in the same line is, if manufacturers are not interested in producing consumer drones on American shores, then the FAA is just following suit. So who's really hurting the hobby, the FAA, or is it the American manufacturers? It's something to think about. This is Dre with Recovery One Drones. You have a great day. Thank you.